Recording is in progress, and I have my beautiful friend. So I have my beautiful friend, Charla, and I'd like to just start by reading her bio so everybody gets a feel of who Charla is, and then we'll dive into the wonderfulness of Charla. So, Charla Afoa, a Vita trained coach and doctor of education, brings over a decade of experience supporting people through emotional healing, intimacy challenges, ancestral trauma, and spiritual awakening. On her site, in her practice, she offers a blend of modalities, including intuitive assessments, hypnotherapy, EMDR, mediumship, dream and desire work, spiritual energy healing, and female sexuality and empowerment therapy. Da, da, da. That's Charla. Just a few things that, you've done.
A lot of things, right? Yeah.
So, thank you so much for being here, my love. I really appreciate you, and I love you very much, and you're a very important person in my life. And how long have we known each other now?
It feels like forever. I feel like when we first met, it felt like it was forever. So I kind of lost track, but maybe 2019, maybe
I think
that
it
even
was,
feels,
yeah, 2019 maybe.
yeah, but yeah, it feels longer, but
It
yeah,
does. It feels like we're sisters from another time and space, right?
absolutely.
And Charla, this is my beautiful, 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 beautiful friend Isabel.
Yes, hi, Isabel.
So, today we were just talking. I mean, after reading your bio, there's so many different areas that you've kind of dived into, lots of different modalities that you put yourself out there in the world to be of service. If it's okay with you, I would like to kind of go back in time a little bit and ask you how you got started in this journey in the first place. Was it personal? Was it for to be of service? How did it all start?
Yeah, I think it initially started, well, I've always been spiritual in nature. I've always been very connected to spirit in one way, shape, or form since I can remember. But I think in terms of like the journey of the work, it started because I was really in a pretty bad marriage. The marriage, there was traces of abuse for sure in the beginning, and then it got worse towards the end. But in the beginning of that, I just remember having this moment in one of our, I guess, episodes, for like a better way of saying it. And I was like on the floor, just crying. And I was just like, I think I'm just gonna go back to school. Just, like I already had a master's degree and everything. I mean, I was educated then, but I was like, I think I'm just gonna go back to school. Let me just get away, you know. People always said I'm really good at talking to people. So let me just, oh, maybe I'll just become a marriage and family therapist. Fine. And I did that. I went back to school and I started, and there was a lot of anxiety about that because I felt like if I invest in this, am I going to really complete it? Like, am I going to follow through? So at the time, I printed out a little paper calendar and I put it on my binder. And it said from, I think it was November of that year. And I was like, okay, I have until this time, the following couple of years. And I was like, every month, I'm just gonna cross off, I did that month, I did that month. And I kept it all the way until that last month when I graduated. So that journey kind of started from that place, a place of struggle. I got pregnant too, and there were just a lot of things going on during that time. But I kept that calendar and I just kept, ticking off the months and until I was done. And then I think that's kind of where everything just went from there.
Yeah. How did your practice look in the beginning then? After you got your doctorate and everything, what did that look like to you? Were you like a regular therapist? You know what I mean? Like very,
Oh yeah. No, well, I mean, with the story I just told, that was me going into like just the basics, just being an LMFT. The doctorate degree came later. But in that entire process, I was working for a school system where kids were pretty much on their way to juvenile hall, getting in a lot of trouble. So I did a lot of hard work with teenage kids, particularly mostly boys. Actually, I was hired to work with teenage boys that were in the system or going into the system. And so I did that. Some girls were added towards the end, but I worked with a lot of masculine energy, a lot of families things like that. People who were in some really hard things. So I did that for, God, I don't know, was it 10 years maybe? I can't remember at this point, but did that for a while. And in that time, I acquired my doctorate degree, and it just really added and supplemented my learning at the time because I was living it. I was actually working it and understanding psychology even more because I was like in the thick of everything.
Yeah.
So,
So you
yeah.
went to school for what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
For the doctorate, it was counseling psychology. For my
Okay.
doctorate, yeah, it was counseling
Yeah.
psychology.
Okay.
So I just did that, and then after that, it just, life continued to unfold. I ended up getting out of that marriage. Very scary situation as well to get out of the marriage, but once I did, um, I kind of landed. Time is just so weird now. I don't know. Ever since COVID, I'm like a little off, but but not too much longer after that, I did meet Corey, and that felt very synchronistic as well. How we met through another friend that I'm still in touch with, and at a lunch, and just kind of went from there. Took her program and learned so much about myself through that. So
Yeah.
Right?
yeah,
Yeah. That's the thing with me and the school and for hypnotherapy and all the stuff that I've done, I learned more about myself than I did with anything else, which
yeah,
is then everything really kind of goes on its own. But
yeah.
yeah, and you will say, why will be your drive? Because this seems like is your life journey. What you know, assisting people, or because we can't help anybody, they have to help in themselves. I
Mhm.
learned that very far into it. I thought I couldn't. People have to do their own thing, and a
Yeah.
lot of times they show up, and then they think that by showing up it's over.
Yeah.
Oh, I said this, that, and that, and then they come to you and go, well, that I don't see any well, you got to change yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think a part of the story that I think is relevant to what I think where you're going with that, I think, is I was heavily involved in the church at the time, traditional church
Mm,
background,
okay.
Black church to be more specific, and non-denominational. And there were a lot of things that were very helpful and supportive, and there were a lot of things that were just outright harmful, not okay. And there was a lot of deprogramming that I had to go through, and Corey's program supported me with that, as well as other supplemental things I was doing. But that was a very difficult transition from this kind of way of thinking from a place of, I mean, we're all the way from like fear of spirituality, feel of my giftings around being able to, connect with people on the other side, guides, things like that. I had so much fear. Corey will tell you. I mean, it was a struggle. I was afraid about seeing things and being wakened up out of my sleep. I mean, Corey really helped me with that. And so from spirituality to also just feeling empowered as a woman, like just there was a lot of kind of like, yeah, we don't do that. Sit down, child. Like, don't
Oh,
talk, things like that. It just wasn't encouraged. So I mean, a lot of my work was obviously birthed from this experience of being really shut down in these areas and basically told to kind of forget my power or to use it for the pastor or use it for, instead of using it for the greater good and the things that really, I mean, felt like I'm being called to do. So that was just a whole work of just deprogramming, shifting, moving. And I'm still on that journey. Still, stuff still comes up. Like I still have these moments of like, oh, like I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to think that way anymore.
right,
But it
right.
was super unconscious at the time.
Well, it did. The unconscious mind is 88%. So
Yeah.
but as I see and hear you and feel you, you are good at conquering and knowing what's better. Okay.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that not is just for you, it's for the better good of everything.
Yeah.
So I want you to take that moment and feel it right now, Mama,
Yeah.
because you have been through a lot.
Mhm.
Because divorces are not a joke. The cheatings are not, I've been through all of them. All of that, being a single parent,
Mhm.
and doing all that you do, and the church, because believe me, they put me on in a German boarding nun school.
Mm,
So I couldn't even look in a certain way because I'll get a beating.
yeah.
So all of that, you got to give yourself a pat in the back. I want you to take that moment right now and how amazing you have conquered all this and how you know your path.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm trying. I think as you're saying it, if I'm being honest, it's hard for me to take that in.
Mm,
I'm not I feel like that safety is something that it's a continual journey for me to feel safe in spaces where I can talk in a vulnerable place. I'm
mhm,
going to be held with respect and love.
mm.
So I have an energy about me that says, don't mess with me for a little bit.
Good for you.
And I'm very aware of that, but I also know that sometimes it's saved my life, literally. So I
Mm,
think I hear you and hear what you're saying, I'm noticing that I also have resistance. So I just wanted to
mm. Do
acknowledge.
you know what that resistance look like or feels like? Does it have a shape? Does it have a look? What and
It's a
where is it?
vibration, like I feel it in my chest. There's like this feeling of like, okay,
Mm,
I am
mm.
being encouraged to be vulnerable here. Is it safe? Is it okay?
Right. Now, my thing is that for you, we are in a dual planet, right? And
Mhm.
nobody can guarantee your safety. Nobody can guarantee we're going to be happy. I mean, all these things that we want, they're so dualistic.
Yeah.
And all these people that I have met, for whatever reason, that they made it huge, like the Tony Robbins and all, they have gone through hell and they still having that moment. But let's do a little exercise here. So it's in your chest.
Mhm.
Does it have a color for you?
Um, I'm seeing it's like black and like silvery colors.
Black and silver. Does it have a shape?
It looks like rock with
A
different
rock.
sections, yeah, on it.
A rock. Now, is it moving in a certain way? Let's see if it's moving in a in a wheel to the right or to the left. Let's put a
It's
movement.
not moving, but there's an energy around it that's moving, and that would be whatever to
Okay,
me.
so I want you
Clockwise.
to grab it.
Counterclockwise.
Yeah,
Counterclockwise.
So,
counter, grab it. Grab it and put it outside you and look at it. And now we're going to spin it the other direction. Start spinning it the other direction, the contrary direction that you were spinning first. Spin it the other direction. And just let me know when it start changing the color and start changing the shape. Just keep spinning it in the opposite direction.
yeah, it's slowly moving in that direction. It's almost like I sense the resistance even in that, but there's some like pearlish colors emerging from it. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
look like a rock anymore, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that pearlish color nice? Does it feel better
it
than
does.
the black one?
It does.
Mm-hmm. And it's spinning in the opposite direction still, right? That it
Yes.
was in the beginning.
Yes.
And just when until it's no more black or no more gray, when it's all like a beautiful pearl, let me know when it's there.
Okay.
Grab it again and put it where you got the other one. Put it back in that space. There you go. Oh, yeah, it's a good breath. If that feels different now,
It does.
it does, right? Because you're amazing. You have been through so much. It's so tough for women to get to do things, to be of any kind of authority, if we have any. We have to get into that. Don't mess with me because I am going to get you. And all that we perceive we need to do to be able to just be the pearl that you are. A woman that struggle in so many ways, with a church, with family, with a single mom, with a job that is hard to do, with school, with a master, as a girl, you know, as a girl alone, that we feel that, oh, it must have been something I did that this marriage didn't work. Because even though we know many parts of it, we take the guilt. Because we were supposed to be good girls. We're supposed to be submissive. We're supposed to just serve, but we not do anything. Clean, do this, make a child, make all the. It's a lot on a woman's back. And I can see that you feel it. But nobody but you, Charla. Nobody but you. You were born alone, we will go alone. It's what we give to ourselves. You deserve it. You should be respected. You have made a difference. My girlfriend that went through something so painful, she said, if it wasn't for Charla, I would have never made it. And she's a mother.
I wouldn't. Yeah. She did so much for me. There's not
That's
enough
what I'm
words.
saying.
Yeah.
So what part of you thinks that you don't deserve, Mama?
Oh, she
Because you're amazing. No, Charla?
does. You know it though. You're getting more and more so you can know it, don't you, Charla?
I am. Um, definitely closer than I used to be, but I think I don't know. I think getting what I want and finally being able to breathe regularly, or with just calm, with my nervous system being relaxed, it feels like foreign. I'm like, I'm not even really sure what to, like, it's just not familiar. And
Right.
so I don't know, as you were talking and you said, why do I feel like I don't deserve it? I think there's a lot of people around me that aren't happy. Um, there's a lot of people that I could leave behind if I get too happy. People that might be hurt that I'm no longer available in a certain way.
Good for you. Yeah.
And it's also scary to, again, know, like, if I get happy, who will be there? What is that support system like? Lots of
Maybe.
Lots
Now, have you ever felt happiness?
I mean, maybe momentarily, but
What would that feel like? What did that feel like? That happened? Because I'm seeing that beautiful face now soften up, and you're definitely looking for it in the room of the feelings down there. When did I feel happy? Because something can make us happy all the time. I was a beat up child. I was locked up. I was beat up until I passed out. It was a lot going on. But it was moments that I went in nature and I saw a little rock, or I saw a particular bird. And I was like, wow, how amazingly beautiful, how incredible that is. Do you have a moment that you were happy when your baby was born? I'm sure you look at this little baby.
Yeah.
And I want you to grab 3 fingers and go back to that moment when that little baby came out. And you're like, this is my baby that I made. This, it's got everything. Oh, what an amazing human being I am, that I actually created a little human that has everything. And it's mine, my baby. And anchor that. And any time that you feel, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, I shouldn't be happy, or I'm not there, I want you to close your eyes, put your fingers together, and go back to your happy place. Because we all have had something familiar that made us really happy. And for a mother, what an honor, right?
Yes.
Does it feel different to you? Because you know you can be happy.
Yeah.
You got nothing to prove to nobody,
Yeah.
you know? And this is how you, because you know what it feels like to struggle and all that, look at the work you're doing for others.
Yeah.
Because Corey told me with so much heartfelt, if it wasn't for her, I would have never made it. That's a huge statement. Because she's a kindness and full of energy and life and love. And to see her crash and hurt that much, and you being able to pull her out of that with your love and walking next to her, it shouldn't be any doubt for you that you can do anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't know that meant as much to you as I'm hearing it. So that's my first time for sure. But
Yeah, I wouldn't have got through all of that anxiety if it wasn't for you and your support for sure.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Trust what you do because you know exactly what you're doing.
She does. It's in
Yeah.
her. She's definitely, and it's so interesting because when we were doing our past life work together as part of the learning and stuff, she's been some queens. She's been some seriously powerful women
Yeah.
come through. There was
Yeah.
one time that when you came through as that being from another planet.
It was awesome. That was so awesome.
You know,
She's talking
now
in
is the
tongues.
woman's time, right, Corey? Now the women time is here.
Yes, it
All the
is.
goddesses, the priestesses, all of us, we are on. Because I know the seed donors are important in a way, but we are the ones that we run the planet, and you know that.
Yeah.
You know that. And it doesn't matter. People is like, oh, your accent and your age. And now are you afraid that you're gonna be thrown out of the country because you're Latino? And all this stuff that people has.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, but maybe that concerns you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And you return to sender because we can make people happy. They're not happy to start with. So it had nothing to do with us, okay? Yeah. So don't take a piece of that out of you because somebody is like looped.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Absolutely.
work, Charla. So tell us a little bit about your work. So I would love to maybe do some work with you. I
Yeah.
just love your energy. I think you're a sweetheart.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just really been evolving. I think initially switching gears from therapy to like more of the alternative medicines and alternative healing arts and things. I think Corey was the beginning of that. So really diving into hypnotherapy. That hypnotherapy is just that thing that I just have with me now.
Mhm.
I know those 4 sessions like down, what I can do. And then I've also like kind of intermingled and done my own little things on the side. But that and then also for whatever reason, I've been attracting a lot of clients that really like EMDR. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with that work, but
So
it's basically
can you explain
trauma
it?
work. Yeah,
The
and
what?
trauma work. It's about releasing
Yeah,
trauma
yeah.
to the
Yeah,
body.
I know, I know. Oh
So,
boy.
so for whatever reason, people have been really attracted. I've been getting a lot of inquiries about EMDR lately, so I'm doing that. But I think my love is when I have a client that's like, "Hey, can you just pull out your cards real quick and just like read me?" And I'm like, "Sure," you know. I love when I have a client that really is open to me just pulling out my card deck and just going for it. So, and it can be anything. It can be someone coming in and from the other side that wants to support. It can be just me reading energy or just having a psychic moment, and just kind of saying, hey, like, have you thought about this or considered that? And typically I do like a hybrid of that and then therapy just because it's just who I am. I can't not be a therapist. So I do a bit of both. But that's what I love. That's when I get really excited. Like my energy, I could be dog tired. And then when I start shuffling those cards and I go in, I'm just like, and I'm usually sweating profusely and I'm just like, I'm really in it, you know?
Yeah.
So that still lights me up as you can see. So
Yeah, and that's another gift you have, the willingness to put yourself aside even when you're tired and all that, just to serve still. So these are all gifts that nobody can confirm
yeah.
because everybody's looking for that place that we all are looking for,
Yeah.
so I never asked confirmation sometimes years later, like what happened with Corey, that you didn't know the huge difference that you made.
Yeah.
And that's a really big difference. For somebody to say that would I never made it, that's big,
Yeah, and I cherish it.
you know?
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
because he gave so much to me. I'm like, Corey has always been a bit of a mentor for me too. So it's just interesting. It's like I thank you for saying. Yeah.
Yeah. And taking that and being available to receive, because we usually give, 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 give. But we have a little thing about receiving.
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
Especially, unless it's some sort of nice scarf, whatever.
No, I would get on a call with Charla in my worst days, and I'd get on a call with Charla, and I'd be like, "So how are you?" She's like, "We're not going there. We're not talking about me right now." Because I'm like, "So how are you?" I'm like feeling all guilty that I can't be there for her, and she's like, "We're not even going to go there right now." No, no. And I'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah, but she knows, and she's got her thing. Yeah, yeah. Because I can see that. And it just got a good boundary in that way. And
Oh
for
yeah.
us to do the work we do, if we don't, we're just going down the rabbit hole. We have no idea where we started, right? So
Right.
we gotta we gotta compartment. But it's an amazing work. And so in the work that you're doing right now with channeling, you said, or yeah.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, channel and um sometimes it's pretty obvious, but a lot of times I have clients that really maybe aren't interested in that. And so
Mm,
they'll just think I'm brilliant or something. I'm like, or maybe it was someone gave me, so like I kind of just take in whatever and I go with it. So that's also nice too that I can use it in both ways. But I think it's for me, I feel like it's the best when someone's just open to it. I don't have to like
right.
do any dual things. But yeah, I channel and do card readings, which is basically the same. I use the cards to kind of just get the energy going. Sometimes I use them directly, sometimes I don't. And what else?
I gotta say, I think you don't need the cards. I think you just right.
Yeah, no, I don't.
That's what I'm
I mean,
feeling.
sometimes it's just fun, especially it's like it depends on who I'm talking to. Like if they're really blocked, I'm like they're asking for a reading. I have not been like I've never like in a session just said, you know what, I want to read for you, but I don't think you're open yet. Like unless I have a relationship with them, if it's a new client, I'm really trying to read. But some people are like, yeah, give it to me, give it to me. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I need help, but there's still a block. And so the cards come in for that.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah. I said, would you like to do an exercise the way we did? That's an NLP disassociation
Mm-hmm.
because once it's inverted,
Yeah.
reverse, and it's no color, it's all gone.
Yeah.
So I use certain terminologies for people that don't trust, don't believe. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of males that they're cynical about it. I said, how about taking a journey? How about doing an exercise? And they're like, oh, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's the same because it's just that fear and the subconscious mind sabotage piece that don't want to change it because it's familiar, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
No,
But
I
the
know.
cards are genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
it's almost like my way of kind of just like tapping in, letting them know like, hey, like I'm ready to start talking, but I don't necessarily, yeah, it's just my way of doing that.
Yeah, but that's really a good system, what you found. And that is resourceful, okay? So when you don't feel you deserve, you just see that you're kind, you're resourceful, you're inventive, you made a baby, you're supportive, you have a
Connected.
beautiful smile, and all the above.
Thank you. Thank you. Very helpful. It is.
We are the worst critics on ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think right now I'm in a time in my life I'm trying to really actively try on what you're talking about in my own way. And I think sometimes, our experiences have to line up with the energy. So like I've been living in a certain energy and things are shifting slower than what I would like for them to. So I'm struggling with staying out of any fear-based thinking, things like that, and just trying to stay like on what I believe I'm supposed to be doing in my walk. But it can get scary sometimes because sometimes experiences just don't line up with it. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to do this in my work, but why is this not happening? Why is this not shifting yet? So I mean,
Yeah, it happens to everybody. This morning, everything I was trying to go, it was in the other side. And I'm like, what do I need to learn from this? What is this experience telling me? Which direction it's driving me to? That maybe I skipped a little something, or is something right here that is so available to me, and I'm just overriding it without, because I think it needs to be that way.
yeah,
And things never really work like that. It's so annoying.
yeah, yes,
So
yeah.
I just let it be and see what happens, and see how
Yeah.
because if you think about it, look at the impact on Corey.
Yeah.
The statement of I would have never made it is really big to me. As much as I love her, and I didn't know she was going through
Just,
this.
just for the people that are listening, there was certain qualities that Charla has as a therapist and everything else that she does that allowed that to be the case for me. And that I think it's super important to let people know because
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't let anybody, I'm very funny about who I let like
yeah,
that into my vulnerability. She was so non-judgmental, just constantly there for me. Like it was like a never-ending pool of just laid out love. Whatever you've got to say, just say it. It wasn't like, oh, I don't have time or like, I think it's this, unless I said, Charla, what do you think it is? And then Charla would say, I think it's this.
Sometimes not
Otherwise,
even then.
you know what I mean? Otherwise it was nothing. She was just this heart for me to just fall into and let go of and just feel completely held. And I think that's when we've been talking about that afterwards, because obviously we're friends, but we've been talking about that. I said to you, that's when I said to you, you have this motherly, just like a mama bear almost. She'll like if she needs to, but she's just got this motherly energy, that holds you and you feel very
yeah.
secure and safe in it. It's not too fluffy that you'll fall through. It's just
No,
like a perfect blend, really, of the
yeah,
right
and
amount
she's
of
very
loyal.
real.
Yes,
Very,
yes.
very real. Very, very real. This is what I'm about. I don't mess with me. Everything was there. And that lovely vulnerability that people avoid vulnerability because they feel, well, I'm weaker, I'm smaller. I don't know. Everybody, we all give it a twist.
Yeah,
This, being vulnerable, but we become relatable. And as therapists,
right.
being relatable is the key to be able to transform something.
Absolutely.
And you have that.
Thank you.
So when you feel that a bibu baba, which we all do because we're so good at that, then say to
Never
yourself,
ending,
hey, listen, every day,
right?
okay? Oh, God, yeah. But and then I go, so no, because somebody that I love my Corey friend that I adore, sister, said this, that, and that. And the other day she points something out nonchalant when I was way out of the planet because somebody wasn't listening and somebody had done the same thing over and over and over and work. And I'm so anal about doing work that I'm I usually overdo things, and she can tell you that because I give so many choices. And she said something to me very, very nonchalant. And I went, oh, she actually cares. And I'm hurting myself by doing this.
Mhm.
You see, but it's these little pieces that we need to file and replace the ones that somebody else put on, or the thoughts of, I probably was a bad something, that my husband used to cheat, or whatever the story we come up with that we supposed to be the blamers of. No, they were there just for something, but it's not who we are.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not what makes us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think again, it's particularly with the work I've done here recently with the Vida program and things like that. I think there was a lot of coming to myself, coming to my own, even more so.
Can you
That
tell us about what that program is, Charla?
Yeah, Vida is it's a sex, love, and relationship coaching program that I have been involved in for the last few years. It's with Layla Martin. And essentially, I mean, it's tantra focused and things like that, but there's also it's really hard to kind of put it all into words, to be honest, because I think everybody's experience is different. But for me, it was about like coming home to myself.
Yeah.
That's usually how I describe it. I felt so much resonance with just this radical ability to just be myself. And even when I fight and have resistance with that, the things I learned in that program helped me to um, be okay with that resistance too. It's like, okay, there's still a story there that needs to be addressed, but let's keep moving forward. I think that the biggest thing that I like to talk about with my experience, not the program, I'm trying to necessarily promote the program, but for me, is that when I went to the retreat as a participant, told Corey about this, but I am just not the one, at least I didn't used to be. I'm just not the one. Like I'm not the one to be exposing myself and doing like it just isn't me. And the program was, encouraged, like if you want to participate in this and not have clothes on, to engage in these practices, you can. And it resonated by day two. It was a week. It resonated by day two for me to do this. And I thought I was going to be like, oh my God, like I'm naked in front of all these women and oh my goodness. But once the clothes came off, it only took a few minutes or so. It was almost like I was a baby. All of us were just like babies. And we're just, doing breath work and we're dancing and we're learning and we're doing all this. And there was no sexual, none, it was just this very pure sense of being that really changed my brain somehow.
Yeah.
And now it changed my way about how I viewed my body, how I viewed other people's bodies and their systems and their experience and their vulnerabilities. And so that's to me that experience, there's been so many, but that one changed me for good. Like it did something to my neural pathways for sure. Like now it's like I can go into a place and I'm not self-conscious. I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna wear this, or it's fine. And so there's definitely been a lot of work to kind of speak to your points. There's been a lot of work that I've done over the years, but stuff comes in here and there. But I am nowhere near where I was when I initially met Corey. So
I can remember meeting her for a coffee after her, or in the middle of her
Mhm.
Layla Martin, the Vita training. And I met her for a coffee, and she walked in the restaurant, and it was like seeing a different person. Like her whole energy, everything about her was completely like fluid and feminine and just confident. And I looked at Min, our other friend, and I was like, holy cow, what's happened to Charla? Like, I want to go there.
Yeah, I went from like, don't want to go on social media, I'm afraid, don't look at me, let me cover myself with a hat, to like, I'm like wearing this orange jumpsuit. And I'm like,
Right.
Yeah,
And you know what was that moment that you shifted? Do you know right before there?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, when we were in the hall, it was about 200 of us, and we're all in this hall, and people started to kind of declothe and get into the breath work, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. I felt safe. No one was looking at anyone and pointing or laughing. It was none of that stuff. It was just everyone was in their own experience. And I did it. And then I started the breath work and it was amazing. That was
Nice.
that moment.
Anchor that moment of the safe.
Yeah.
Anchor it right now with your 3 fingers when you felt that safety. That, wow, all is well, and I'm good, and I'm safe.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, it was like watching this beautiful flower open.
Mm.
It really was. It was like so like palpable, the change in her. I was like, I want what she's having, like now.
What happened to the matcha boba? That must have been bigger thing.
Screw this
Okay.
coffee. I want what she's having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you share all this with people, right? Because these are jewels that we discover when I felt that, one place that, no, I can, even though I have an accent or whatever the story that people points out.
Mhm.
It really bothers me when people, well, not anymore, but you used to say, you're so cute with that. And I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
okay,
Mhm.
sure,
Yeah.
I'm cute. But all these little pieces that we conquer, we should make these files consciously, because these are pieces that we are going to be offering to our clients,
Yes.
because we attract the perfect clients for what the medicine that we have. Same medicine, we're talking about our tools and, all that, because the other ones are the medical system has that word for themselves.
Right.
Yeah. And we forgot to say about,
Like, subscribe,
we
ring the
need
bell.
you all to like and subscribe so our technical support doesn't go to us,
Yeah.
because it helps the channel, and just share. We really mean what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we have lovely Charlotte here, and Corey and I, we worked really hard. And I guess we need likes and support and shares. We
This
thought we
was
were good
so
without it.
cute. Right, Isabel? Was so cute. You're so cute.
Yeah, we're so cute.
No, I'm going to write underneath in the info down below in the video, you'll find all of Charla's links so that you can go check out her website, see all the different services that are available that she is gifting our world with, and social media. It's all going to be down below. So thank you so
Yeah,
much, my love.
I'm really happy that you have done all these shifts, and I really, 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 just for what you did with my sister girlfriend here, that she made it through with you. Just to love that, to love these gifts that you have, this amazing Charla that is lovely, is willing to change anything. You did the exercises just now, because that tells you, Corey and I, that, yeah, you want to transform. You don't want to stay in things that they don't serve you. And as therapists, and what we do is so important to be able to be the example, right?
To be able to keep changing. I think as
And
soon as we
walk our
stop
talk.
changing, we get stuck. And then when we get stuck, the ego gets in there, you know.
You know what I learned? That we cannot be egotistical when we are alone.
Oh, yeah.
The ego only works when it's other people around. How about that?
That's a thought. Yeah.
No, yeah, Ravi Shankar, Sri Ravi Shankar, which is a yogi forever, and it's like massive.
Mhm.
He said you can You can't, the ego is not present when you're alone.
Mm.
But are we ever
But,
really alone?
Mm.
huh?
Are we ever really alone though, you know? Because
No, when we have this hammering, but yeah, we're alone. I have a blast when I'm alone. So I'm not,
Me too.
and I don't have to prove right. We don't have to prove anything to ourselves. And we can be whatever, look like crumbled paper, and we fine. We with our knitting, whatever it is that we're doing. So it's no ego there, but as soon as somebody else comes in or we are surrounded by something, it goes like onto survival mode somehow.
I think
interesting.
it's interesting. I think when I am working with someone intentionally, like when I'm having like a client session, I typically interweave, kind of like what Corey was talking about. Like I that is my natural way with people. I kind of can feel and intuit into like, is this appropriate for me to disclose right now about myself? How much do I need to lean back? So I'm really good at that cadence. I used to teach therapy to people, so I feel like I'm pretty good at that. It's when it's on me, like when you ask me questions about me, when it's like I have to, and I'm in that seat. I do the work, but that all the stuff that comes up for clients comes up for me too.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
just, I feel for people when they come to me and there's like this resistance. I'm just like, I know exactly what what that is. And
right.
so there is this human, undercurrent that's always happening with me,
Yeah.
with other people. Cause I am the same way. I don't just trust off the bat. That's not the way I roll either. So
Yeah, I do. I trust right off the bat.
no, I don't.
I go, okay, let's do it.
No.
I'm
No,
ready.
no, no, no. God
Oh,
bless.
yeah. I'm like, okay.
No.
I did the whole, and I got another year of clinical schooling, and I'm like, who wants to try the whatever? And I go into, I go into it, and I get composted, recycle, and every other thing, and I feel like good. I
I'm not
feel
like that. I'm like you, Charla. I'm like,
that's.
get away from me until I know you.
I really know.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I'm like, this is
okay.
my energy. This is my space. Like,
Yes.
but if it comes to love, then I'm completely opposite. I
Yes.
just fall
Yeah.
in love with anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a whole other therapy session that we
Yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you
well,
so much.
Yeah.
I'm very selective now. I'm like onto like the four-leggeds and all that. The more I know people, I'm like, that seems like with my dogs, I'm safer here.
Yeah, I know, right? She tells me all the time, just leave them alone. Leave the men alone. You're better off without them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I think yeah, no, I think you have done a lot of work, so you must have been open because I see that, for all you share, you have gone through quite a bit.
Yeah.
And every time we go to school, we got to be composed there because we got to do the sessions with people. We got to try things, and we have to do what we have to do when we're there, no?
Yeah.
It's very true.
I'm really thankful for all of it. So
Yeah.
congrats.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, my beautiful friend, for being here.
Yeah, you're so amazing. Yeah.
Thank you for
Amazing.
letting Isabel in your space.
I was like, I wasn't ready. I was like, whoa.
Hey,
It's
it's
like,
a
who the
therapy
hell is
though.
this chick?
Like,
Right? Who
Thought
is
we were
this
gonna
chick?
thought we were gonna talk about being an oracle. You got
Right.
you got a full healing session.
It's okay.
But she
I'm very
wrote
thankful.
all
All
of
No
right.
it.
worries.
She did all of it. She did everything. So, she was willing to everything. So,
Yeah. All right. I love you.
Love you too. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
honey.
Bye.